What's going on? I'm zmoT. We're going to do some base reviews. Now, just a heads up, yesterday my video on the sneak peeks with the skipper from Gilligan's Island, I totally screwed up, or YouTube screwed up, and the format and quality was terrible. My apologies. Now, a couple people, like half of you have not been sharing your base with me properly. If you want to share your base, click on your name and click the share button. That will give you a link. Click on your name, top left corner. It'll give you a share link. Also, go to your task force. I am currently in Phoenix 9. Click on the name of your task force and share that. There's a bug with sharing your base, and if you don't share both of them, I probably won't be able to find you. There's a chance I won't be able to find you. So please, please, when you are commenting saying, please review my base, you need to include that bit. Now, first of all, the trader is here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's buy some Lasertrons for the Dr. T we're about to partake on. Now, I've actually done some homework. I've got some things set up. So, first up, in week 1, the winner was Mr. Turtle, and his base is here. Now, his base was a little bit wonky and weird. He said he's made some tweaks since. I did not go back and check. I probably should have. So this base is going to be included in the poll. Please, what I want you to do is vote on the 3 bases that I included, or I'm going to include, plus this base. That's week 1. And then our week 2 winner was Mr. Jeremiah. Now his base looks something like this. And his Doom Cannon, actually I have to paint, yes, the Doom Cannon was supposed to be hidden either back in here or over in here. So it wasn't ideal, but he still won. So well done, Mr. Jeremiah. Now, so we're going to include both of those in the polls. We're going to do it in widescreen. This is the end of the week, so I'm going to include one more poll about widescreen. Hopefully it looks way, way better. I've done a bunch of color calibration stuff, and it looks as close on my computer screen as it does on my phone that it ever has, so I'm pretty stoked on that. Please do let me know how the colors look, how the video looks, how the quality is. Hopefully it's actually in 720p this time. Embarrassing. So, nonetheless, let's get on with some Lasertron love, and we'll do a review after stage 2 as per normal. Where are we at here? We have got Dr. of the T, and we're going to drop Lasertrons and over here, and we'll drop some Zookas over here, and we'll make our way to the core. Obviously, this is just filler. This is all just fluff, 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 trying to get a good format. Crystal on stage 1 for the fluffiness. Fluffy, fluffy, fluff. Carrying right along, let's get into stage 2. Now, a lot of you like Lasertrons, I hope. I definitely do. I know that Rainmakers are fantastic, but I feel like Lasertrons have been gaining ground. I feel like the Lasertrons and the Critter Cannons are slowly catching up to the Rainmakers as people get used to using them a bit more. Rainmakers have been the favorite, so the fact that I think Lasertrons are catching up. Nonetheless, that is stage 2 done. Let's get into our first of the reviews. This base is LT Tigers. Now, this base, I can't remember your YouTube name. It's something completely different than this. So, please do comment. Let me know who you are. Matching up names and bases and YouTube channels and links is difficult. So, this base, obviously, the HQ is over here, trying to hide it. Now, when you're trying to hide it, I like to place the Armory in about here. There is like 1 in 20 people who will mistake the Armory as the headquarters. If you're going to hide the headquarters, you probably maybe could think about throwing the Armory in the middle there. But, I mean, this base is a cakewalk. I don't really like this base at all. You've got your shock launcher, which doesn't range this kill zone area down in here. You've obviously got this shock launcher over here, which is protecting the shore. But, I mean, you're not going to get many intel or diamonds from this base, I don't think. Like, all of these mines over in here are doing absolutely nothing. The only thing people need to do here, if I was to attack this base, I would barrage this rocket launcher, and that's about it. I mean, if you barrage that rocket launcher, you can throw a shock in about here, and then just drop all your troops here, and the base is done. So, or if you want to use smoke to make it even easier, you can just smoke to right about here along the left wall, just like right to there. So, this base, I would totally redo this base from scratch, especially at 700 VP. At 70, like you're a high player. You've got way more VP than so. He's got level 53 with 700 VP. So you're playing a lot. You should be getting more diamonds and intel than you are, and moving to a central base, or maybe even moving your shock launcher slightly closer to core. If you're gonna left bases are good. That's totally fine, and I like the trees, but you just got to rework your minds. You need to move stuff this way and try to get better coverage. This rocket launcher out here doing nothing. So that's review number 1. My first thumbs down ever, I think. Please do let me know what your thought process is on this base. I mean, I like the fact that you're trying to hide the headquarters, but you're not, there's nothing, maybe it's just a temporary thing, because it looks like you're set up for a forward base, and it used to be about here somewhere. But please do comment, let us know what's going on there. Let's move along. Stage number 3. Now, what I've been doing with Lasertrons, and this is sort of a spoiler. I'm going to be doing another Lasertron video later on, maybe today. I've already got a video scheduled for tomorrow, so it's going to be a little bit awkward timing-wise. But I just like to drop my Lasertrons off to the side and let them farm GBE as I drop, RZM on the left-hand side. Now, obviously, we don't have RZ, but we just have Z, I guess. So, a little bit weird and silly here. Don't attack this way. This is not the way to be done. But we're on stage 3, so it doesn't really matter all that much. We're going to lose some troops to that boom mine in about now. And down goes the core. I gotta say, I'm finally happy with the colors. It's been 2+ years of recording videos, and the blues are finally blue, and the green is finally green. So please do let me know what you think about the colors and the video quality. Less so than the widescreen bit. Please do, again, let me know what you think about the widescreen as well. But most importantly, please do let me know what you think about the colors, because I finally got them right after some magic wide. Now, right now, having Lasertrons loaded is going to be a complete waste of time and GBE, so we're just going to leave them behind. Hopefully get everyone underneath that smoke, and then I'm just going to walk to here, I guess. Haven't planned this at all. The DrT portion of the video is, we're just doing DrT because it's that day of the week, and we're going to have to figure out what to do with all of this stuff. Probably should move over slightly into there. Trying to avoid those boom mines most of all, but let's just flare the core, and we'll throw some shocks out here, and that should do it. I mean, we're on stage 4. It shouldn't be a huge deal. As long as those shocks were very, very, very early, and we're probably going to get wrecked as a result of it, but that was really bad, stage 4. But we're focusing on base reviews. One more thing I forgot to mention is Patreon. If you have not been to my Patreon site, check it out. Patreon.com/thezmoT. You'll find it in the comments and description of every video. Now, what I said was anyone who's a Patreon gets to skip the queue. You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to win a raffle. If you want your base reviewed and your Patreon, I will review your base. And that is where this comes in. This is Mr. Bama, longtime supporter. And I think maybe a Roll Tide supporter. Is that the right team? I hope it is. That sounds wrong in my head. Anyways, you get the idea. This is Bama. He is he's a Patreon dude, long-time YouTube subscriber, long-time commenter. He's got a central base, and he's sitting at 700 VP as well. I like it, I like it, I like it. And look at these statues, all purples and reds. You get a +1 gold star for Mr. Bama. Okay, we got 3 prototypes. Good, good, good. Looks like I don't know what level those shock blasters are. I never know the levels of these things, so we're gonna skip that part of it. We've got a bunch of mines up the side. Good. only one mine up this side, so you're hoping people go to the right, which is probably a smart thing. Most people prefer to drop this way. Very few drop this way on PvP. It's just the nature of it. So good job with the mines on that. Let's remove the red. Hotpot sitting down below the core is a good spot for it. I'm going to assume that you've got some hidden mines. Now, this base is good. You've got a boom cannon at the front. You've got a boom cannon at the front. You've got a shock launcher at the front. And you cannot shock all three of these things at the front. Let's change the color, shall we? You can't, hopefully this blue shows up. Yeah, so there we go. So you can't shock all three of these at the same time. So people with tanks and medics and things are going to have to deal with your base and deal with a lot of stuff. So I like it. Now you can shock two, which someone probably would come in here and BART out. The blue is not showing up at all. Poor planning on my part. Someone's probably going to BART out one of these and then shock. Not a big deal because they still have to deal with a boom cannon, a boom cannon, a boom cannon. This base is very well set up for tank medic. It's very well set up for any Scorcher tank, for all Scorchers. Warriors, let's have a look and see how you're doing against warriors. You've got two machine guns that are spaced off of the core a little bit. Good. Again, one machine gun. You've got a hot pot. So against warriors, pretty strong. I would probably like a couple more mines around the actual core. You don't have very many mines up the middle or around core. So for warrior users, the hot pot's probably going to get taunted. And so you're going to have one shock for a warrior user here, and then one shock maybe over here, and then everything down here is going to hit bullet. So I'd like a couple more mines for warriors. Maybe you're not attacked by warriors. Maybe you're just saying, hey, warrior players, Zooka players, you can just take my base. Because realistically, against Zookas, this base is not going to do much. They're going to probably smoke to right about here, and then it's one shock, two shocks, kabloom. So building a base to defend Zookas, there's no point. I mean, tank medic players, yes. This is a good base. I think this is the winner so far for me this week. Let me know in the comments what you think about Bama's base. I think it's pretty well thought out. Looks like a bunch of work has been put in. Lots of stuff hidden at the back. Obviously, he's moved his buildings to the back, trying to keep the free GBE away from players and just saying, come at me, bro. So, well done. Let's get rid of that base. He does have tank medic loaded. Look at this, tank medic loaded. So his base is likely built around defending tank medic, I think, and I think it would do a good job. Someone who smoked to the back with grenadiers would wreck you, but how many people are doing that, really? Come on. Moving along to stage 5. Did I do? Oh, I was supposed to do one more stage. I was supposed to do stage 4 and 5, so a bit of a dumb move on my part there. My apologies. Brain not fully working today. Let's get all of our troops over into here, and Everspark doing the badass landing. Why we have Everspark loaded, you're asking? The answer is there's no reason for it. Absolutely no reason for it, and she should not be loaded because she's not going to do anything for us. And I think I'm probably going to fail this, so yuck. But thankfully we only have one rocket launcher to deal with. I'm going to shock here, and shock here, and shock back here, and just straight up clear a hole. Probably not the best of ideas, but I think we can just clear and then wreck the core. Yeah, it could have happened if I would have done it properly, but no es bueno. This is a terrible hit. Like, just straight up awful. So we're going to get rid of the Lasertrons. We're not, I mean, they're not doing anything good for us. Lasertrons, I will be doing a video on this later on, showing off some great hits, good hits, average hits, poor hits, just showing off Lasertrons. I love portal troops, and they are a great distraction when they arrive, so we're going to get back into Zookas. I don't feel the need for any other troops right now. This is all about base reviews, not about me bailing on bases. So we're just going to try to fly through these as fast as we can. Man, I love that blue on the screen, finally. Again, please do let me know, because I spent a bunch of time after yesterday's, what's the word I'm looking for? After yesterday's shenanigans, it was awful, and I did not like the 360p was awful. So I think that was like half YouTube. I uploaded the exact same video twice, and once it was 720p, and once it was 360p. So we're gonna blame YouTube. Oh man, good night, Brick. GG. Not. This is why you're supposed. This is why I don't use flare landings. Flare landings on DrT does not make any sense because we have like it's a nice perfect square beach. It's not those ugly, terrible resource bases. So just bad on my part. Come on, we had 4 shocks. I didn't use it, and that mortar is ruining my face. Hopefully we can take this down though. Okay, stage 5 down without the help of Miss Brick. We're gonna zoom in for the dramatic effect of her gun lying on the ground. I guess it's a grenade launcher, not a. I guess it's both actually. Okay, so we have one more review to do. I'll do that after stage 6. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Yes, I think we have one more. Yes, we do. Okay, so we get to go left twice. This is like my perfect week. Everything is coming up. Us, the barrage captain, even managed to get some things down. Yes, I just called him the barrage captain. Get underneath there, Brick. Get underneath there, Brick. Whew, let's go. Come on, getting into the corner. Stay alive, please, Zookas and Brick. Ladies and gent, let's get into there. Losing a couple, we've lost the delay, but this is a pretty easy stage 7. Wow. I mean, we only really need 1 shock, I think. Let's shock right there and see if that shock launcher ranges. No, it does not. So this is the easiest stage 6 that I can ever recall us seeing. 1 shock, and then the core just melts. So if you're a low level, boost on stage 5 if you have to, because stage 6 you can fully 1000% take down. 1 shock, and down it goes. And you can skip that last smoke or 2 if you need to, just to save a little bit of extra GBE. Before we do stage 7, let's move right along to Mr. Green Machine, another Patreon. 2 out of 3 Patreons this week. It won't always be like, I only have 6 Patreons, so it's not like there's no point submitting your base. This is just a strange week. So please do submit your base. I did, I think, 5 random draws, and every time people had told me their base and their task force, and then they weren't actually in that task force. So one more time before we carry on with Mr. Green Machine, please make sure you share your base. Just click share, paste it in the YouTube comments, and we will go forward. Man, that blue finally looks blue. Let's get on to Mr. Green Machine. Now, let's have a look. We've got 2 microwavers. I'm guessing he used these for Hammerman, because right now, microwavers... Actually, you know what? Notice this. Notice this. Warriors loaded. So probably has something to do with the influence. Now, I don't know if... You know what? I want to check something quickly. Let's check something quickly. Let's get into my armory. Where is my armory? Where is my armory? Hidden back there. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my Wharf Weapon Lab. No S on Weapon Lab. So, right now, I would be making a grappler. Right now, I would be making a grappler and throwing it out there because... And maybe even throwing it under a Sky Shield. Because, man, those Lasertrons are going to ruin your face this weekend. Right now, these microwavers are going to be useless this weekend. So, Green Machine... Totally not. I guess you get -1 point for not knowing that Lasertrons were coming, but again, using Grappler is great for intel against Lasertrons, but nothing else. So -0.001 points maybe. Let's have a look at this base. You've got a nice 5x5 in the middle. I like 5x5s. They make troops go wide, which is good. Definitely someone who has listened to me rant about 5x5 buildings. Well done. I don't see any mines here, so this is fantastic. Look around here. You see 0 visible mines. All of his mines are hidden by buildings. That is a huge, huge +1 for you. I like it a lot. It just looks, A, it looks tidy, and B, it makes people do like, what, where? And guaranteed they're hidden. I assume they're hidden behind buildings, like in here, in here, in here, or he just hasn't deployed them. Either way, +1 awesome points for you, Mr. Green Machine. What do we got here? We've got rocket launchers are far, far back. Not a bad thing. You've got big gaps between things. Good. You've got nothing can be shocked here. Nothing may be shocked there. And if so, it's a tough shock. So nice gaps between your ranged defenses. You've got a boom cannon up front is good. You've got boom cannons off to the side. Oh, we're losing some quality, it looked like maybe there. So I like this. This base is good. You've got a good front load base. You've got 3 boom cannons up the front. You've got microwavers against warriors. You've got your rocket launchers spread out. Shock launchers not by core, which is good for warrior hits. Overall, a good base. Let's see what else we can see here. Your machine gun is a bit off of the core, which is good. Keeping that blind spot away from warriors. Yeah, I mean, I like this base. I wouldn't, I'd maybe move some of this stuff, separate it out a little bit. Same thing as back in here. Just separate things out a bit. I don't like buildings touching, because if we throw an artillery right here, we can get 9 GBE back, but that's like small potato stuff. Overall, good base. I think you're going to give the other 2 a run for their money this week. I wish all 3 of you good luck in the polling. Go vote, people. Go vote. Now, that's it. That's all. I think that's 3 good bases. 2, I think I would put 2 in a higher tier than the first, but overall, good bases. I think I can see 1 mine, maybe there. So it looks like he has deployed mines. He's just hid them very, very well. I think that all 3 of you could plan to get either a Doom Cannon or a Grappler out, because Lasertrons are coming. Like, the Lasertrons are coming. But overall, these are good bases. And look at this. Also good VP. Also purple and red. That I'm not sure if I commented on that yet. So 3 good bases. All 3 of you guys would look good in our task force, and any one of them, to be honest, because good players, good VP, good bases. Let's move along. We're back. We're not back. I was trying to move along, and I did not remove Green Machine from the map. Let's get into stage 7. Hopefully we can go right again. Oh man, I was really hoping that like the base would be over in here and we could go over here. I just wanted to draw again. I forgot to turn off the drawing thing. So there we go. Let's get into it. We've got some mines hidden in amongst, and we don't really have anywhere to stand. So this is, let's try, where can we stand? Let's just barrage in there. Trying to get all the mines at once. Come on, mines. Missed 1. We're going to miss 2, actually. So we're just going to go from the right-hand side and hope for the best. If we fail, it's not the worst thing in the world. Uh-oh, Brick is still alive. Zookas are still alive. That was not a great drop at all. I don't even know where I'm going at this point. But we will find out in a moment, and then I will call it a day. We're going to walk... You know what? I'm going to walk all the way back into here, which is not somewhere I would typically go. Oh, there goes a mine. Yep, that's a level 22 mine. Just for your... Actually, it's at least a level 19 mine, I guess it would be. We're going to shock in here, and back here. Oh, I don't have enough shocks for that. So, not going to work. Base reviews coming down to 1 more fail, and just trying to draw it. We're already at 23 minutes. Let me know what you think about the format. A, the widescreen. B, the colors. C, the base reviews. If you think that you'd want, like, maybe last week's winner to be included in the voting so that we can have, like, a current, like a king of the court sort of thing happening. Or if you don't like it, or if you think it's too hard to share your base, or just whatever it is, please do let me know what your thoughts are on these whole base review things. And hopefully they actually show up in proper HD this time, because if not, it's going to be very, very sad. Yesterday's video just broke my heart. It was a video with... Okay, good. With a video with some new content, with some interesting stuff that just Oh, can we just hit from right there? I guess we sort of can, actually, can't we? Let's do that. We're going to hit from, like, right here. 1, 2, 3, I guess. And then a med kit. I didn't even plan that part. Let's just see if we can hit from right where we are. Not doing terribly well. We lost the delay, but I think we can come back to that spot. Maybe? This is not going swimmingly well. Base reviews. So we've got, what did we talk about? We talked about the fact that the colors hopefully look a bajillion times better, that the quality should look way better. Obviously, I can't see what it looks like. I can see what it looks like on my screen, but then there's rendering, and then there's conversion and all that sort of stuff. YouTube likes to render and change and all of that stuff. So hopefully this looks as good as for you as it does for me. And we're just going to go right to there. I'm just going to walk right dead center and hit with, like, right in there. That's going to be my spot. I think that mine is not... No, that's the wrong mine. Okay, so we're going to flare the core, and we're going to shock, and shock, and shock, and medkit for days. Man, not a good end. Not a good end. I got the wrong mines, and I got them mixed up, and we're going to fail. And I'm going to look like a complete dummy yet again. But it gives us more time to talk about yesterday's leak. By the way, that leak had been on the internet since August. A lot of people said, oh, it's very convenient that I found it, or that very convenient that Drew sent it along. Drew did not send it along. That was just me being lucky enough to have someone send that along to me. That was not Drew. Drew would have hopefully sent it to me somewhere before that, like, was it 3 months later, 2 months later? So, was not Drew. It was just a nice subscriber who liked to share things and found something awesome. So, thank you very much, anonymous subscriber person. And let's just keep this. I like to not fail one time today, because that would make me happy. We're going to get right into there. We've got the mine cleared. Our Zookas should stay underneath the smoke. Good. We should still be able to finish it off, though, I think. Here we go. Down goes Stage 7 in a wonderful, fantastic attack. So, Stage 6 was very, very easy. Stage 7 was fairly difficult, just because there's nowhere to stand, or I didn't see where I should have been standing. Either way, Stage 7 went down after a few tries. Let me know what you thought about the skipper. Let me know what you thought about the base reviews. Just leave a comment, say hi. Let me know what you're doing this weekend. And I do have a somewhat special video recorded that will be uploaded tomorrow morning, bright and early. So then again, that's base reviews. I'm zmoT. Thanks for coming in, and I shall talk to you soon. Peace.